All right, this is Gerrod Galliano. I'm sitting here with Mr. Christian Clausen. This is Coffee Chat. We are talking today about AI. We're talking today about technology in the market, how it's going to affect things in the future. Christian, this is a topic that has really hit the news in the last few months. We're seeing the market really affected by people anticipating ChatGPT and all this stuff really kicking up into gear. What's your thoughts on the current role of AI and what may change in the next maybe year or two that the average person might see?
I think like looking at it right now from a short-term perspective, it's really early. I think there's a lot of potential. I think there's a lot of things that's going to change over the next like 5 to 10 years. But right now, it's more of, everybody wants to have a stock that has AI associated with it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are realizing now that a lot of companies that they already have in their portfolios already have, AI part of it. We hear stocks like NVIDIA and like just plenty of really big stock, Microsoft, Salesforce. Like there are a lot of companies that's already using it. So a lot of people are also worried about, like, is this going to replace my current advisor? Is the AI going to be like go and do better trades and so forth? And in my opinion, I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. I also agree with that, and I think this, don't quote me on it, but I believe it was 2017 or 18 that the first year more computer trades were made than human trades. And that has to do with algorithms, not really AI, but it's humans writing scenarios. If this, then this. If this happens, then buy. If this happens, then sell. And it's people saying what they want to happen without having to manually enter the trades. Mm-hmm. But there were more trades by computer. So I think this idea that, oh my God, all of a sudden things are going to change. It's going to be totally different. It's probably already happening, and people don't realize that it's already a big part of the market.
Yeah. And that's another reason, though, why we've seen a lot of volatility now compare. And I would say that's one of the biggest changes. Like when you take the human approach out of the decision making, and it's just based on numbers and math, mm-hmm. volatility skyrockets. And what we saw as part of like 2020, mm-hmm. COVID, of course, we all remember 2020. March or February of 2020 to March 2020, the market went down 35% in 1 month. Well, most of that was, tied to high frequency trading, tied to algorithms, tied to robot trading. And like we're trying to have as little volatility as possible. But I think this AI and algorithm, I think that actually could make it worse.
Agreed. And like you hinted to earlier, at the end of the day, it's got to be a human that's responsible for the end result. So you can use the AI, you can use the math to help make decisions and to even make the trades, but there's got to be a person at the end that's going to dictate what happens because, well, you can't really sue software. So anytime you're going to pay somebody or pay a firm for a service, there's mm-hmm. got to be an individual held responsible. At least that's the current law. Yeah. So as of now, there still needs to be someone that takes credit or takes the blame. So I don't see that going away. Somebody's got to exist to answer for the trades, to answer for the results. At the end of the day, maybe the decision making, like we said, could be affected. The data that can be gathered, and people ask all the time, is AI going to take my job? Is AI going to do this and that? And we do think it's going to have an impact. You'd be kind of not paying attention if you think it won't do anything, but you think about those positions that are analytical driven, mm-hmm. the amount of data that this software can produce in a second. It's pretty astounding.
I see it as it can be a great tool. It can run so many scenarios. It can run so many data points in fractions of a second. So as an advisor, having this as a tool, I think that's really going to improve. But yeah, I believe you always need to have a human as part of it, just, for when you have questions. or
Right.
when the market is going nuts, just somebody, to help you with the emotions that's related to, so where you don't just turn off the robot trading for you. So like you take all the losses when, we're not supposed to sell when the market is low. So I think it's I think it's going to be a great tool, and we've already seen it. You can ask ChatGPT and these AI a lot of questions and get decent answers back. It's certainly not perfected
Most of the time.
most of the time, and what it needs, it needs a trained person to be able to look at the questions, to be able to tell you if it's actually right. Because a lot of the answers that you get back, and I've played around a good bit with it, is it sounds great and it looks pretty good. But, with the financial experience that we have, we can tell that some of the stuff is not accurate. And from an untrained eye, it's going to be really hard to decipher what is accurate and what's not accurate.
Yeah. And, it's like you talked about with the volatility, when you get these cascading effects of one triggers a sell, another triggers a sell, and then you get the extra volatility. People always ask, is this already baked into the market? And the current market that we have is so feast or famine that you have to think that a degree of it is, and there's already a degree of people utilizing the software in terms of trends and similar data points, that there's going to already be more than you expect cooked into prices, cooked into trends. So yeah, trying to think, I'm going to be the first one to use this software or this analytics. It's silly. You still have to use your own methods, your own process, and use these analytics as a secondary source of information that can help you make decisions. But it still should be your decisions, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, and I think, like I said, good tool, great for research, and when it comes down to like tax planning, and you need like attorneys, you need like all these things regarding your, like, even insurance planning. I don't ever feel that there's going to be a robot to be able to do all of that, and see all the different variations that individual people have as part of their plan.
And we see a lot of people. We're in front of maybe 8 to 12 meetings in a week where different individuals in Louisiana, you can imagine all the different fields, from oil field workers to tech workers, with different understandings of the market, the nuances of understanding what a person's fears and strengths are when you're trying to work with them to understand their own portfolio and where they should go and what they should avoid. That's a tough thing, and that's what we do, and what we enjoy doing is helping to try to figure that out.
Yeah.
Good luck with artificial intelligence trying to see all those little nuances in people. And if it can, well, more credit to it. But it's kind of a people thing to be able to read someone's understanding of something. Like, I don't know if a computer's there yet.
Yeah. Well, I think also it's we see this a lot. It's just you don't know what you don't know. So if you're going to ask questions to ChatGPT or any AI, well, sometimes you don't even know what questions to ask. So having somebody on your side like us that can, like, hey, what about this? What about that? And those are things that's just not built into the system yet.
No, we see it all the time when people come in and you go over tax savings, you go over the difference between being taxed at 22 versus 12 if you save a little more in the plan. And so, I just didn't even think like that.
Yeah.
Those angles, they have to really be explored. And yeah, the software is great at digging into all the available data, like you said, if you know the question.
Yeah.
Our job is to ask the questions so you maybe will think about them and then empower you to make decisions. So a lot of interesting stuff. Should be an interesting couple of years in terms of the application, what actually changes and what doesn't. We encourage people to call in if they have questions or concerns. Anything else to add, Christian, before we sail off into the artificial intelligence future?
And continue drinking our coffee.
That's it.
Yeah, no, I think you've done a great job.
All right, well, guys, thank you so much. This has been Coffee Chat. It's Christian Clausen, Gerrod Galliano. Have a great afternoon.
Oh, no, that was good. And you said coffee chat. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
twice.
so proud of you.
First
Yes.
and second.
Yes, you didn't even have to.
It's so hard. You know, I used to do a segment called Coffee Talk at
Oh,
Greg.
that's why you always like that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just calling it that just to call it that.
No. We had a little thing.
Y'all did good though. Thank you. Yeah, y'all really are the dream team.
No, I was a little disappointed. Yeah. And it doesn't have our name, so it's just like.